Well, joining us today is a breast cancer survivor, and she's also the Ohio District 7 Lead Ambassador and State Lead Ambassador Emeritus for the American Cancer Society's Cancer Action Network. And she's going to tell us her story and what she's been working on. We've got Barb Diver with us today. And thanks for joining us, Barb.
Well, I'm glad to be here. Thank you for having me.
Okay, let's start first. Tell us your story.
All right. My story is that my mom had breast cancer back when I was 10 years old and died when I was 12. So that put me in the recommendation of having my baseline mammogram before the age of 40 because of my family history. So I went and did that. For my 34th birthday, I went and got my mammogram done. And that's when they found my cancer. So happy birthday to me. I have very dense breasts, so it was a very hard to find the cancer, but it actually showed up in the only spot on my mammogram that was easily readable. So because it was found then, I was able to get treatment right away, which was very good because it was in a very aggressive cancer that if I hadn't had the treatment, which I chose to do a mastectomy, I wouldn't be sitting here talking to you today.
Wow. So that is a story. So you're working with the Cancer Action Network and the Cancer Society. What are the kind of the things that you're out there advocating for and what you're doing?
Well, we always are advocating for more research funding because that's a big deal and that saved my life. So I'm passionate about that. But I'm also passionate about some of our more current issues. We're working on getting a biomarker bill passed here in our Senate in Ohio. It has been in the works for 3 years. We've been trying to get this passed. The House has passed it, so we just need the Senate to pass it. And what that does is that gives people who are being diagnosed with cancer the ability to have their cancer biomarked, which tests it for genetic makeup, and then your oncologist can tailor your treatment for your specific cancer so that you don't have to go through multiple trials of different chemos, because there's lots of chemos that will work on lots of cancers, but by testing the biomarkers, we'll know which chemos to use and save a lot of time, a lot of money, a lot of stress on the patient and their family, and have much better outcomes.
Is it the problem that insurance doesn't cover that sometimes? I mean, it kind of seems like a no-brainer.
It does. And so far, 20 states have passed a similar law. They've had no problems doing it. But in Ohio, we've been pushing for this for 3 years. And last session, it came out of the House with 100% yes vote, but we couldn't get it through the Senate. So now we're trying to get it through the Senate this session so that we can get it into law.
Are there things that we can do? I mean, do we need to write our senators? What kind of things can we do to help you out?
We would love to have people's, first, they can sign up with ACS CAN at fightcancer.org and sign up for notifications of actions we're taking, because we're always open to emailing our legislators. We're always open to people writing a letter to the editor to express their opinion on this, or to be on social media posting about it, because social media is a very strong forum to get to our legislators. They do follow that. So if we have people who are willing to do that, we would love to have them join us in the fight.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I assume more people on board like you as an advocate and out there working is something that the Cancer Society really could use.
Oh, yes, always. We could always use more volunteers, whether it's the American Cancer Society or ACS CAN. We're always looking for volunteers to help get our message out, to reach out to people. We'd love to have you join us.
All right. Wow. Well, Breast Cancer Awareness Month, this is a really enlightening interview to know more about what you're doing and about these biomarkers. So thank you, Barb, for joining us today.
Well, thank you for having me.
All right. Don't go away. Noon Edition continues in a moment.